Who can refuse the fact France is the fashion capital of the world? From the Baroque grandeur of Sun King Louis XIV to the 20th century king of fashion Paul Poiret, who heralded an era of fantastical haute couture, French style has always leaned towards the extravagant. Here, we look at how France became the fashion capital of the world. France's fashion lineage leads back to the wildly lavish court of the Sun King, Louis XIV, who always wanted to be at the center of all that was beautiful in the world. The reign of the King of Couture continued with the over-the-top opulence, fueling the French Revolution. It's the late 18th century, and ruffles reign supreme as the aristocracy scrambles to live à la Marie Antoinette. You need only to have watched Sofia Coppola's frothy retelling of Marie Antoinette to know that France's predilection for pomp and pageantry can be traced back centuries. Vive la Révolution, revulsed by the opulence of royalty, an era of anti-fashion follows the French Revolution. History of haute couture. Gone are austere restrictions of post-revolution France, freeing women of organ-crushing corsetry. Poiret introduces billowing kimonos and capacious harem pants, cementing his reputation as the king of fashion. Inspired by Poiret's liberated silhouettes, in 1912, Coco Chanel further loosens the constraints of modern clothing, with a debut line of sailor pants and Breton stripes in workaday fabrics. And then Dior came, a brand rooted in history and just as luxurious as it sounds. The 1950s hourglass silhouette is ignited by Dior's 1947 new look, namely the bar suit. It flies in the face of Chanel's free-flowing silhouettes and evokes Marie Antoinette's robe à la Française. The first fashion magazine Elle Mercure Galant was also represented in France in 1672. Soon, other major fashion magazines followed. The Battle of Versailles, it changed the course of fashion history. More than an uber-glam party, the show sparked the internationalization of fashion. The show hosted some of the most well-known designers in the world and boasted guests. Legacy of French fashion is now continued by Paris Fashion Week today, a series of designer presentations held semi-annually in Paris, France, with spring/summer and autumn/winter events held each year. Dates are determined by the French Fashion Federation. It is held at venues throughout the city every year. Famous brands like Chanel, Givenchy, Alexander McQueen, Louis Vuitton, Dior, Balenciaga and others host their shows in historical places. The street style scene is a place where early adopters are always testing out the upcoming trends. The fashion still is a deep-rooted aspect of France's culture. So, it is deservedly the only fashion capital of the world.